Howdy, howdy, welcome back to the Seattle Kraken franchise. So, last video, we got to free agency, and I briefly showed off the free agency pool, but I didn't show off a ton before I ended the video. So, I do apologize for that. I didn't think about it until after the fact. So, what I've done in the meantime between the recording of that video and this one is I've done a little bit of research on some free agents and some coaches. So, while I haven't signed any free agents yet, I wanted to show you the coaching staff that we're going to try and bring in for the Burnaby Aces, I should say. We fired our entire AHL staff after last year's 65-win performance. It sucked firing a Calder Cup winning coach, but he really wasn't a good match in the AHL for our guys, and I wanted to get somebody in who was a good match for our AHL guys. So I've targeted Raphael Desrochers, and the reason I've targeted him as the AHL head coach is one simple reason. His play style is identical to our head coach in the NHL. So Sheldon Rawlings and Raphael Desrochers match up point for point, 100% offensive line strategies for forward lines 1 through 4 and defensive pairings 1, 2, and 3. So this is basically Rawlings' carbon copy match in the AHL. And not to be lost, he is a pretty good coach at everything except for offense. So our 5-on-5 offense will probably struggle a little bit, but he's going to be good for power play, for penalty kill, for teaching a little bit. Defense especially, and then his influence on Sims will be good as well. So I'm hoping we get him hired. I've got him signed. I've got him offered a 3-year contract. And then what I'll show real quick is the AHL associate coach. Not that that terribly matters, but I want to show off who we're going after. We're going after Miroslav Hoza. Now, everything sucks on this guy but one thing, and that's the power play. And that's what I basically went for. I targeted a guy with a good power play, so that way it could bolster our head coach's power play rating. This is a guy who also could coach up forward, so this is a guy that kind of balances out our Desrochers hire, who is a defensive-minded coach. He's a defenseman-focused coach. And then in the AHL assistant coach-wise, went after this guy for veterans, and the main reason I went after him, Ladislav Rositas, is, you can probably guess why, the penalty kill. That was one of the better penalty kill guys on the market, A-. Now, we will still struggle on offense because all these guys had, the best guy had C, I believe, for offense, our head coach, AHL side. So we're still going to struggle on offense, but hopefully we can make it work with good defense and good special teams. And then our goalie coach I went after is basically the only thing that matters on them is teaching. So I went after an A+ teacher and offered him a coaching job for goalies. He does have a focus on goalies, so we really kind of have a nice balance. If we get all 4 of these guys, we will have a nice balance in the AHL because we'll have a coach that focuses on defensemen, a coach that focuses on forwards, a coach that focuses on veterans, and a coach that focuses on goalies. So the only thing we're missing out on is generalist, which covers everybody, but I kind of cover everybody with every single coaching hire. So I'm hoping we get all 4 of these guys into the AHL, so that way we'll have a nice balanced squad. And the nice thing about that is, like I said, Sheldon Rawlings and Raphael Desrochers will match up 100% completely with each other, which is a desirable thing because that means wherever they stack up in the AHL when I draft them and put them in the AHL, that's where they will play in the NHL. So if they're a second-line player in the AHL, they'll be a second-line player in the NHL. There's no doubt about it. So that's the only things I've really gone and done in this offseason is focus on getting the coaches. Now, I've been doing a lot of research, been looking at a lot of different things, and I wanted to tell you my thoughts on where I'm going to go as far as signing players. Now, we have 44 players under contract. Our AHL squad will probably be a lesser squad than it has been in years past, mainly because I've had to sign a lot of rookies that had good potential to term contracts. So that means I'll probably have to either play them in the AHL or have them around in the AHL to either be a bench player. So they're taking up spots on the roster, basically. They're not quite ready for the big time, but they're guys that I had to sign or chance letting some other team pick them up and sign them. So I wanted to go ahead and sign the prospect guys up into the pool. Now I'm going to change this over to UFAs because I don't want to sign any RFAs, restricted free agents. The first target I'm going to go after, and you're probably going to wonder why I'm going after him, and I'll explain why. William Nylander. Now, in the offseason, we did sign Joshua Hosang to a 3-year contract at $2.5 million with the express thought process of putting him on that second line to essentially replace our playmaker there, Max Domi. Now, we could still do that. That's not a problem. And I wouldn't mind doing that. It's not that I'm upset with Joshua Hosang, but the reason I want to go after William Nylander is he's wanting a 4-year deal. So that's not a long-term deal. He's obviously a better player across the board. And he's a guy that actually would play penalty kill and could play on either of the top 6 forward lines. So he could play first or second line time. And would also play PK and obviously would play on some power play as well. So this is a guy that's going to play everywhere for us regardless. And the main reason I want to target him, if you see there are 3 teams interested in William Nylander's services, and if you go in and offer him a contract, those 3 teams, 2 of them are SJS, which is the San Jose Sharks, a division foe, and the LA Kings, LAK, also a divisional foe. They are both in the Pacific Division. So without knowing what they've offered, because there's no way to know that, I already know that there's a good chance that if I don't offer him a contract, I'm going to have to face this player multiple times during the season in crucial playoff spots. And this is already a very, very, very tough division to get out of. We kind of proved that last year by winning a bunch of games and essentially missing the playoffs and being, I think, 5th or 6th in our own division, just because it's very, very heavy. I mean, it is a competition. So already seeing that 2 of my competitors are going after his services, I feel like I need to jump in. And even if I don't get him, I'm hoping Columbus would. But I have to offer him a deal, because if I don't, again, there's a 66% chance, 2/3, 2 out of 3 teams are in my division. And that means I would face William Nylander multiple times during the season. And I don't want to face an 86 overall right-wing playmaker for 4 years in my own division, if I can help it. Now, if I offer him a contract and he signs with one of those teams because they offered him a better deal, that's fine. I don't mind driving the price up. But I want to be able to say I offered him a contract and tried for his services, even though I don't desperately need him. We have the cap space. We need to sign a big contract player anyway, and most of the other players I've been eyeballing are not necessarily big contract players. So I think this would be our big contract for this year. And it's a short term. So even if I drove it to say my offer thought was going to be like 10.25 right here for 4 years. Even if I offered him that doesn't put us in a cap bind. And honestly, it puts us with $14 million to spend, and we only have 5 open spots left. We can fill in those 4 open spots with that leftover, $14 million. That puts pretty much, if we sign William Nylander, that puts us at the cap floor. We still have plenty of room to sign or trade or do whatever we need to do. Another thing you got to consider with this is if we do sign William Nylander to this deal, Joshua Hosang would have to go out as a result, because we have no room on the roster right now for Joshua Hosang. We've kind of got our fill of playmakers, and he just, unfortunately, because his center face-offs rating is so bad, I wouldn't want to put him at a center spot. He'd have to be a winger, and he just doesn't fit anywhere else on the squad as a winger if he wants ice time, and that's one thing I wouldn't be able to give him with a talent like William Nylander on the roster, along with Vinny Hinostroza, who's actually better than Hosang at this point. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and offer this contract, 10.25 for 4 years, to William Nylander, a guy who can play left wing, can play right wing, can play on either of my top 2 forward lines on that wing side, and can play penalty kill in a pinch. With his face-off rating, he could actually play center on a penalty kill. I wouldn't be ideal, but I could put him in there as a penalty killer, and hopefully he would get the job done. So that's one guy we're definitely going to go after. Now, we do need a right winger. We need a bottom 6 right winger. And I'd looked through this list a good bit. I spent a lot of time looking at this list off screen, so you won't have seen any of this research, unfortunately. But I thought about grabbing like a Tom Wilson, and I still could for like our fourth line. He fits in our bottom six, but that's a real expensive piece at three. Well, not really expensive. It's an expensive piece, though. It's a kind of a luxury piece. So I might come back to that if nobody signs him in the first wave of free agency. But the guy I want to sign is right below him. Now, Blake Wheeler. Now, he's older. He's 36 years old. But here's the thing. He's a top 9 forward. He wants to be on the third scoring line. He's currently an 83 overall. And I'll flip to his stats. I want you to look at his shooting category. He's got low 90s in slap shot and wrist shot power and high 80s in accuracy and wrist shot accuracy. This guy reminds me of James Neal. James Neal was a killer on the third line with Vinny Hinostroza and a third guy to be named later. Look at his passing category, his puck skills, his senses. Those are things that are going to stay up. Those things really don't fall all that much as far as the top end. So puck skills, senses, and shooting won't drop as a result of old age. What will drop is skating and physical. Those things will drop. Okay, so he might get a little bit slower, but we played with James Neal for 2 years with AHL top 6 potential, and the guy scored nearly 30 goals a year for us. This guy is actually right now, a better version of James Neal as far as his overall is concerned. He still has the top 9 potential. Now, that could fall in the offseason. That could drop. I would hope it would only drop to bottom 6, because that was the problem with Neal. He dropped from top 9 to AHL top 6 in a heartbeat. So if this guy, if he fell in the offseason, hopefully he would fall to a bottom 6. And if he did fall to a bottom 6, that would still give us a year or two or at least 1 year of high quality. And that's all he wants is 1 year at 2.975. That is honestly a steal. I'm going to give him 3 flat for a year because I really want him on the roster. This is a guy who will give us that bottom end scoring that we sorely missed last year. That was one thing we didn't have, is that bottom end scoring threat that James Neal brought us, and I think this guy, Blake Wheeler, can do it for us, even at age 36, because James Neal was younger at that stage of his career, but he was already on the decline. This guy is still at a high quality, so maybe we can get lucky, and who knows, maybe if his potential holds, maybe we could get him for another year of hopefully James Neal-like production. We'll have to see what the first year holds, but I think he's worth a gamble. He's a low-risk, high-reward gamble here. And if he doesn't perform like I think he can, I think he could be a James Neal clone. If he doesn't perform to that level, we just don't re-sign him in the offseason. We let him go. No harm, no foul. It's worth a shot, though. Again, low-risk, high-reward, so I'm going to offer him that $3 million deal. If Tom Wilson is available after we sign our first wave of free agents, I may go and try and get him as an upgrade to the fourth line, because I'd love to have that grit, that tenacity. The only problem is that's the only line he could really play would be the fourth line. So I think he'd struggle for ice time. But if you look, he didn't have a lot of ice time with who was he with last year? Washington? Yeah, with Washington he didn't have a lot of ice time to begin with, and he still got 19 goals on the fourth line. So I mean, he definitely had a good year. Even in that capacity, he still had a good year. So that's another thing, depth goal scoring here. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Now, the 3-year term is a little bit much, but a guy who could play on the third or fourth line, maybe if Wheeler falters, maybe we move Tom Wilson into the third line. We can play around with that, but we got to see what we get with Wheeler, see where our cap is, if we get Nylander, things like that. So, because the other thing we do have to sign, we do have to get 2 defensemen, at least 2 defensemen, because right now, our situation is we have our top 4 for now. We have Morgan Riley and we have Matt Dumba as our first defensive pairing. We have Shane Gothenspier, who had a down year. I thought about trading him in the offseason, but I'm gonna bet on the fact that he had an off year and hope he bounces back. So I'm not gonna trade him because there's really not anything out there that I think could replace him at the level he should be playing at. So I'm going to hang on to Gothenspier for another year. I know the fans may be yelling at me for that one, just like they were in Philadelphia in real life as far as Gothenspier goes, but who's actually been moved at this point. But anyway, Gothenspier is going to play on that second defense, but the pairing mate with him is going to maybe change. Right now, the leader in the clubhouse is Logan Stanley, who's 25 years old. Actually, I'll go show you real quick. Well, before we go sign our defenseman, just to show you our situation. Let's go defenseman. So Riley Dunbar, our top two, no doubt about it. Gothenspier is our third guy. Again, no doubt about it. He's on the left side, so lefty, righty, lefty. Right now, he's the leader in the clubhouse, and that's Logan Stanley. The problem I'm worried about with Logan Stanley is I haven't seen a lot of growth from Logan Stanley over the last couple of years. He hasn't jumped the way I hoped he would jump. He's still a very good defenseman, especially in the physical and defensive categories, but he has no capacity to pass the puck at all. He's got a hard shot, but not necessarily an accurate shot, and I'm worried that potential is going to drop. And if that potential drops, we could be in a lot of trouble. I say a lot of trouble. He's still on the last year of his deal. So essentially, if he falters, we could let him hit RFA or sign him to an RFA tender and then trade his rights. There are things we can do with Logan Stanley. So Logan Stanley's not necessarily a bust at this point, but this is his make or break year. And if somebody like a Jet Wu comes through, because right now Jet Wu's on the cusp of breaking into this roster. He's a minor top two defenseman, but if he has some growth in the offseason between the time we finish free agency and the time we edit lines, this is a guy we have to try and get into that top six area. Preferably to match up with Gothenspier to match that offensive and defensive defenseman so we can get a maximum chemistry boost. Wu at this stage, we can actually, let's see, can we compare the two? Okay, yeah, Matt Dumba. Okay, let's get a comparison here. Logan Stanley, Jet Wu. Okay, there we go. So you can see if you look at his puck skills, Jet Wu whoops him in puck skills, which is depressing. Discipline, offensive awareness, poise, Jet Wu has him beat. Now Stanley has him beat in the shooting category across the board. He's got slightly better accuracy and much more power than Jet Wu does. But Jet Wu and Logan Stanley are both defensive defensemen, so that's not as huge a concern for me. But then we start looking at defense. Logan Stanley is the better defender, so there is that. Jet Wu is still growing into that, but Jet Wu's much better of a skater. He's much faster. Not quite at the endurance level, but he's got better agility, better acceleration, better speed, not better balance, but balance isn't a huge deal if you're not a super physical guy like Logan Stanley is. Logan Stanley is way more physical than Jet Wu. So that's a guy I wouldn't mind keeping around for like a physical sixth defenseman. But for his draft stock where it is, he was a first round pick in 2016. I would like to have seen him grow a little bit more, and Jet Wu is growing in his 22 versus 25. So the edge is in Wu's favor if he grows this offseason. If he doesn't, Stanley will be the guy beside Gothenspier on the second defensive pairing. But right now, I don't have anybody except for Ian Mitchell, who really doesn't fit that third defensive pairing as an offensive defenseman. And I'm looking to trade his rights. I probably will trade his rights to someone before we get going through free agency much. So you can see our little bit of our dilemma, because we've got a lot of guys that are on the cusp of making a top six, and I just don't know how they're going to fill out. I don't think Sarya Harvey's going to make it. Peak might, but he might stay in that level of being in the AHL for a little bit longer. He might bust out next year. Who knows? Allard, I don't think is going to make it. Fairbrother has a chance to make it. I don't have a ton of prospects in the system signed that are ready to go right now. So I am going to be looking for some defensemen, at least 2, if not 3. And if we get overloaded because, say, Wu grows and maybe like a Mitchell hits, or not Mitchell, Peak or Sarya Harvey hits their potential and gets up there in the top 6, then we'll have to figure out something to make some room, trade off some players, we'll trade Stanley, will be the guy odd man out if I have to make a trade. But I do need at least 2, if not 3 defensemen, because I need bottom 6, basically third defensive pairing, and I need a 7th defenseman. And we have the roster space for it. So what I'll do real quick is we'll go on to sign free agents, and then we'll look at our defensemen, and I'll show you the guys I've been eyeballing. Now, we could get our boy Devin Tays that we drafted originally. We could get him back for the defensive pairing and the power play, But I'm looking for guys that can play everywhere, especially the penalty kill. I feel like our penalty kill really suffered over the last couple years, and I really need some defensemen that like and fit this coach's system, and I just haven't had it. So the first guy I eyeballed, let me see if I can find him now, is this guy right here, Troy Stetcher. He's 29 years old, so he's an older veteran guy. He's a solid defender across the board. He's nothing special, but he's not a liability. And the best part about him is, number one, he fits on the third defensive pairing, which is great for us because that's exactly where I want him to play. He's a right-handed shot, and he can play power play if needed. I wouldn't use him on the power play, though. I would, however, use him on the penalty kill because that's one thing we're sorely missing is guys who like the penalty kill for this coach as defensemen. And he's won 2.6 for 3 years. That's not a huge long-term or big term. So the money is good. The years are good for us. And if he falters a little bit or if we falter, that's a tradable contract. What I might do is try and offer him 2.5. See if I can kind of lowball him a little bit because nobody's made an offer to him yet. If he rejects it, though, I'll give him what he wants at 2.6 or even more depending on how free agency falters. But I'm hoping maybe I can steal him at 2.5 since I'm making him an offer day one. And the other guy I was looking at, I will show you a couple of guys I did look at. I looked at Caleb Jones. The problem with him, though, is he fits on the second defensive pairing. I want him on the third defensive pairing. I looked at Jacob Larson. This is a guy who almost made it in, but not quite. He's a guy who fits that third defensive pairing. He fits that penalty kill mold. He's 26, so he's still got a little bit of room to grow, but not much. Nice term, nice years. The guy ultimately I'm going to sign is this guy right here, Dennis Cholowski. He's a left-handed shot. He's got top four potential, so he's still got a year or two to grow. He may not grow, but he's got a year or two left to grow. He's a solid defender across the board. There really is no weakness to his game. He's not got a lot of strengths. He doesn't have huge strengths in any one category, but he doesn't have any severe weaknesses in any category either. And the best part is I can plug him anywhere. So if we have injuries, this kid can move up and down the lineup on the left side. He can play on the power play if needed, but right now I don't need him to play on the power play. I've got Morgan Riley, Gothenspier, Dunba. I've got guys who can play on the power play, and then he can play penalty kill, and that's where I would use him at the most. But if we have injuries to the defensive core, I can plug him into the power play and hopefully not miss a beat. So that's the thought process beside going with Cholowski, and he wants a 2-year, $2 million deal. That is not bad at all. In fact, I'm just going to leave that alone, and I'm going to offer that to him now. I could go after a depth defenseman now, but I'm going to wait because I want to see how free agency kind of shakes out a little bit and also see where my money is because the big fish I've got to get is William Nylander. And if I don't get William Nylander, I'm going to have to spend money somewhere. And that's the worrisome part because I'm going to have to basically spend money on a guy I really don't need or want at this point just to say I'm up to the cap floor. Because if you don't spend the cap floor, NHL will jack with your contracts and make you at the cap floor. And I do not want that to happen. So basically, honestly, the big worry is getting him. If I get him, my cap situation will be fine. If I do not get him, I will have to overpay somebody to jump in here and play, and that's going to or trade for a contract, one or the other. But I'll have to basically make something happen to basically bolster my cap number. So I'm actually hoping we get Nylander, or at the very least get him to say no so we can reoffer, not reject us and sign with another team. If he just rejects us, that means we're in the driver's seat. But if he rejects us and signs with another team, obviously we won't have a chance to get his services again. So we're pretty much, I believe, signed up. Let me make sure I got everybody. Let's see. All approached. Yeah, Nylander, Wheeler, Stetcher, Cholowski. That'll be our bottom defensive pairing. I feel like that'll be a solid defensive pairing. Not spectacular, but solid. I'm hoping my top three guys, Dumba, Riley, and because Riley's getting paid $11 million a year. He needs to show out a little bit. And Gothenspier. Gothenspier is making me regret that $6 million contract offer I gave him. The other thing I could look at, the only thing I haven't looked at this point as far as on here as goalies. But right now, we've got Freddie Anderson still at 87 overall, heading into the last year of an $8 million deal. We have Aiden Hill, who's essentially a backup at this point of his career. And we have no depth. Like, I was hoping Connor Ingram would become the guy, maybe, but he dropped in potential to a fringe starter. So he's pretty much an AHLer for his life. Rodrigue is worrying me a little bit because he's 74 overall at 22, which is good. But he's also still listed as an other goalie, which I don't like because that means he's kind of just holding steady at 22. He's not progressing. And I'm worried he's going to falter out and become like Connor Ingram and be a fringe starter. So I may look and see if I can get another goalie prospect in the wings and see if I can make that happen. Depending on, I'm going to wait till free agency kind of works its way out, these initial bursts, and then I'll look at making some deals eventually. So let's go ahead and advance a day. Nothing happened. How boring. Next day, Miroslav Hossa. Okay, so this is our AHL associate coach. He has agreed to sign with us. Good, good, good. DeRoche is the one I really need to see come up there. Okay, Rositis did not sign with us. That's the AHL assistant coach. No worries, no worries, no worries. Okay, so Johnson and Galchenyuk. No, I'm not trading for picks. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, so we did get one of our guys, but we didn't get the... Let me see what happens with the other guys first, though. Let me see what happens with the other guys first. Okay, so let's go ahead and advance another day. Let's see if we get our coaches in, because that's the big thing, is getting the coach. Happy to do. Okay, there we go. The AHL head coach has joined us. That's good, 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 good. And how about the goalie coach? Yeah, all right. So the goalie coach is here. That's good, too. All right, so one thing we need, let's real quick before we do anything else. So we need an AHL assistant coach. Now, I tell you what. Let me look at DeRoche again. He's B on the power play, B minus penalty kill. I signed our power play guy. He's B minus on the penalty kill. Do I want to? All right, AHL assistant coach. How about offense? Do we have? No, we don't have anybody who's good at offense. Okay. C minus is the best I'm getting on offense. Nope. I'd rather do PK then. Svatos. All right, how about Ackerland? Ackerland is pretty much the same as... Actually, he's better because he's got better teaching. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I'll offer you AHL assistant coach, right? Yeah, okay. Just making sure I get offering the right contract. All right, so that takes care of Ackerland. Hopefully he signs with us. That'll be good. It'll still be good because we'll have a veterans guy in there, so that'll be nice. Melikar, he's veterans too, isn't he? Ooh, he's teaching as a B. Maybe he could help James Neal. I almost said James Neal. Blake Wheeler, if we sign him, maybe he could help him stay good. That would be nice. All right, so that's our coaching situation. Hopefully resolved. So let's advance a day. Okay, so Blake Wheeler rejected us. I think he's a guy I dropped the contract number on, though, if I'm not mistaken. So, okay, Stetcher. No, Stetcher's the one we lowballed. Okay, did Shalowski signed? Johnson, no, still not doing that. Okay, so need to go back and offer Blake Wheeler a deal because Blake Wheeler's actually. Oh, geez, there's 6 players in. There's 6 teams in there now. Oh no, that's not good. All right, I'll offer you. You know what? I'll offer you 3.5 because I have the cap space. I'll offer you 3.5. Tom Wilson may get an offer too because I kind of. Okay. Oh, I can't go in and look, can I? Nope. I wanted to see who the extra offers were, but once you offer a contract, you can't go back and look at anything. So that's one thing I wish they would change about NHL is being able to look and see. I not necessarily change my offer because that's fine, but being able to see who's added to the offer sheet since the last time you've done would be nice. Would be a nice little change. So I could see who's jumped in at the last minute. Okay, Nylander, please sign with us. Okay, Ackerland did not sign with us. Oh, Nylander's with us. Yes. All right, good deal. They'll call in a third for a third. And no, although that okay, that's huge. Okay, that's good. Good. All right, coaching staff. My goodness gracious, come on now. Why is the hardest thing for me to get an assistant coach? AHL assistant coach. I want a guy who's a PK guy. Svatos. You know what? I'm offering you. Oh, female. Okay, cool. You know what? Here you go. Have 400,000 to be the AHL assistant coach. I will pay you. Okay. Well, that's nice. That'd be a little diversity there. Okay. Okay, so we did get William Nylander. That's a huge get. We're still waiting on Blake Wheeler. What's our cap space situation? 11 mil. Oh, we're in such good shape. We're in such good shape right now. Okay. Adam. Oh, well, I don't want to trade Adam Earn just yet, but I do want to go ahead and start the ball rolling on a couple of guys. Number one is Joshua Hosang. Now, I just signed this guy to a 3-year deal, which sucks. I hate trading guys after you just sign them because the computer will fuss at you for that. Because in older games, they actually had a GM rating, a general manager rating. And if you traded guys right after signing them, you would get a knock to that rating, which would affect your relationship trading players or trading to other teams, because other teams would be like, not look at you as favorably. But they've eliminated that, but they still kept the dialogue in for it. So, like, when you trade a guy that you've signed recently, the assistant general manager will pop up after a few days and be like, you shouldn't really sign guys and then trade them as soon as you sign them. That's not really good practice. So it's kind of like a warning to you. Let's see. Joshua Hosang, 4th and a 6th from Boston, 4th and a 5th. 4-6, 4-6, 4-6, 4-6. Looks like that's all I'm getting is 4s and 6s. All right, let's open up the trade block to everything. 13 trades. Okay, what's Matthias Janmark? I don't want Matthias Janmark. 4 and a 5 in 2024. 4 and a 6. 4 and a 6. 4 and a 6 in 2024. 4 and a 6. 4 and a 6. 4 and a 5. I haven't dealt much with the Islanders or the Predators. The Predators are really good though. Panthers. Who else? Who's it? Winnipeg. Winnipeg's in the Central, though. They're in our conference, not our division. Washington's on the other side of the world. St. Louis is in the Central. San Jose, no. Philadelphia's on the other side of the world. That would be a good trade partner. They want to give me next year's 4 and 5. These guys want to give me 2 years from now 4 and 6. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let me see if there's somebody who wants to give me a 4 and a 5 in 2 years. They want to give me a 4 and a 5 next year. Yeah, everybody wants to give me a 4 and a 5 next year or a 4 and a 6 in 2 years. That's kind of the... Yeah. I'll deal with the Islanders. I'll give the Islanders. Basically, that's their draft pick anyway. I'll give him back to them for a 4 and a 6. Sure. All right, we're going to wait to trade Adam Earn. Oh, there's one other guy I do want to trade right now. And that is defenseman. Mitchell. Let's see. What's out there? 23. Okay, these are all going to be... Oh, wait. Is that Jake Bean? Really? Really? Oh, son of a biscuit. You got to be kidding me. Really? Hold on. Now I got to look at this because son of a... Oh, Jake Bean. Left-handed shot, so that's already kind of a knock on him. Offensive defenseman. Second knock? Good speed, though. Top 4 defensive pairings, no... man, that's a weird player to trade me. I mean, that's a really good player to trade me. He's young. I could trade Gothisbeer. No. Trying to entice me, Carolina. See what you're doing. All right, is my boy still tagged? Because if he is, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to the offer sheets. Nope. Ian Mitchell. Let's open it up. Okay, 26. All right. No, Jake Bean. Stop looking at Jake Bean. That's cruel and unusual punishment. Kachuk. Sogard. I could trade for a starter prospect in Sogard. Goalie. I was just talking about that. And a 6th round pick this year upcoming draft. That's not a bad deal. I get a guy under term. He's a minor backup goalie, so I've got my backup situation resolved for right now. He's a 75, 6'7". My God, he's huge. Yeah, I'll do that. Ian Mitchell's not in my plans anyway. Why not go ahead and get another? You offered that. You offered that. What the hell? I've never had the computer offer me a package and then reject it because it. Okay, I'll give you a 7th then. How about we exchange picks and players? Is that going to work for you? Okay, there we go. Just had to add a 7th round pick. That's not a big deal. Basically, it's like moving up in the draft. That'll work. Multiple morale changes for trading away Ian Mitchell. He's an RFA. What are you talking about, guys? All right, so let's go ahead and go to sign. No, do I need to sign free agents? I got Wheeler, right? Wheeler's the only guy I'm waiting on right now. Okay. Let's see if Wheeler signs this time. King and Galchenyuk. No, I don't want. Nope. I've already dealt with you once, Islanders. Yay! Sofia Savados signs as the AHL assistant coach. Where's Blake Wheeler? Come on, Blake. Thank you. All right, there we go. There's my guy. All right, so that's good. Good. How much we got? Little under 11 million in cap space. That's a nice place to be. That is a nice place to be. 48 guys under contract. Nice cap situation. Gee, I think we're done. Are we done? Let me look. Okay, so Zaka and Cirelli are our top two, our first and second line centers. Paling's going to play somewhere in the bottom 6. I did talk about going after Tom Wilson. Adam Earn needs to go. That's a guy that needs to go because basically Blake Wheeler's taking his spot. I signed Adam Earn hoping he would maybe not necessarily be James Neal, but James Neal light, and he really wasn't even James Neal light. So let's find a home for him. Jake Bean again. My gosh, y'all are trying to get rid of that Jake Bean deal. My goodness gracious. Matheson, 4.8. My God, I wouldn't trade for that even if I wanted it. Okay, nothing but picks. Let's open up the trade block. Same things. Okay, so no extras as a result of, no extras. So basically it might be just find the best deal. Oh, that is so tempting. Man, you have no idea how tempting that is. But no, nope. I'm going to go look again, aren't I? Yeah, I'm going to look again. I'm going to look again. Oh, I'm going to look again. Top 4 defense. So he'd fit first or second line. Morgan Rise on the first line. Gotham Spears on the second line. You're 25. Oh, you're 25. Oh, that's a tough. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me look at and y'all want Gothispear. Oh no, come on now. Gothispear's the better passer. Gothispear's the better shooter. Gothispear's the better. Yeah, Gothispear's just better. But Jake Bean is younger. And Jake Bean isn't that far off on the passing. I mean, he's a little bit off. He's not that far off on the defense. Oh man, that's a really good damn deal. I mean, I don't want to trade Gothispear in this deal because they're trying to get under the cap. That's what it is. They're trying to get under the cap. They are cap strapped right now. Adam Earn for man, that's a really good damn deal. I should trade for it. I should. I mean, and then I could potentially move Gothispear. Oh man, that sucks. Why did I not check deals before I went after defensemen? I've already signed the guys I wanted. Move them to the AHL. I mean, they want Stetcher. I really don't want to trade Stetcher though. I can move Logan Stanley. And then put. I don't have a defensive defenseman to pair up with Gothispear anymore. Bean would have to play third defensive pairing. And then Stetcher would play second defensive pairing. Oh boy, Cholowski would be. playing out of position. He play right side. Yeah. Golly. I don't want to trade Logan Stanley yet, though. Golly, that's a good deal. I hate this decision because this could be like, I could look like a genius or an idiot right now. I mean, it's Adam Ernie, or Adam Earn, so it's not like it's a huge loss. Okay, tell you what, let's do a little research here. If I move on from Gothisphere, what could I get for Gothisphere? That's a second in Jake Bean. Okay, so you're trying to cut cap so you're going to get more. I don't understand this one, Carolina. You're trying to cut cap, so you're okay. Whatever. Oh man. No, I don't want Connor Murphy in his contract. No thanks. Okay, that was on fine just trade. Let's see, open block. 38. Okay, Danton Heinen. Okay, I don't want Cam Atkinson. Danton Heinen. No, Anaheim. Nope. Nice try, Anaheim. You tried to sucker me on that one. Third and the fourth. There's Jake Bean again. Who's Jarvis? Jarvis and Bean? Oh, I got to look at least at Jarvis. I know what Jake Bean's got. I don't know if I'd want to trade. Okay. He's a sniper. Oh, geez, he's a sniper. Seriously? I don't need snipers, guys. Forward line 1 and PK lines. He's 5'10", 193. He is honestly not anything to write home about. Yeah, he's no. Nope, not interested. I'm going to put Gothisphere back on the block again. All right, let's flip through. Okay. Ian McDermott. Oh, man. Y'all are just trying to get rid of Jake B. Wait a minute. Okay. Which Suzuki is this? Because I get confused. I don't think this is the one that's the stud. This is the other one. Yeah, this is Ryan Suzuki. Okay. Yeah, no. What's the other one's name? I don't remember what his name is. I'm gonna go look after this though, because I want to know now. But yeah, man, y'all are just trying to get rid of Jake Bean. Y'all like Jake Bean is a for sale today, boys. All right, let's see. Nazem Kadri, that's a horrible contract. No thanks. Toivonen, nope. Loktianov. Oh, that's LA. No, go. I'm sitting here like, ooh, prospects. No. Go. It's LA. You don't trade with a division rival. You don't trade with a guy in the Pacific. That is a non-negotiable. I'm not giving you ammunition to beat me with. You go get it from somewhere else. I don't know who this Crowder guy is. Who's Crowder? Clayton Crowder, a power forward. Oh, I don't know where he fits in. Nope. I'm not taking anybody that I don't know where they fit. So, and plus it'd be Gothisphere going back to Philly. Like, that would work. Come on, seriously, Philly? Philly, come on. Hopkins in a third. Petrovic in a third. Baldwin in a third. Alsner in a third. A second and a fifth. San Jose, no. Brandon Tanev, who's actually a member of the real-life Kraken last year of his deal. I'll at least look. 3.5 top two-way forward. I'm not playing him on forward line 1, though. That's not happening. And if he doesn't fit anywhere else that I know of, well, then that's just out of luck. All right, so Gothisphere. Getting Bean might be a pain in the booty. Unless I trade for him for Gothisphere as part of the deal. And then I'd have to deal Adam Earn to somewhere else, which is fine. Not getting Nazem Kadri. I'm not talking to LA. So really it's third and fourth round picks. 2/3. I don't want to deal with the Islanders again, though. Philadelphia. I love you, Philly. Don't ever change. Ginning. I'll look at Ginning. Let me look at Ginning. I looked at Crowder earlier. What's Ginning? Because I could use some defensive prospects. 23, though. 71. Yeah, that's too low. That's too low. That's too low. It's not enough. If his age were lower, I'd be okay with that. I don't really need to trade Gothisphere. It's just this Jake Bean thing is like throwing me for a loop. It's like, golly, I got to at least research this. I know this is going to take a little time, guys, but I mean, this is something like, Gothosphere did have a down year. So, I mean, can I look at Gothosphere from here? Yeah. So, is Gothosphere more the guy that scored nearly 20 goals for us in 2021? Or is he the guy that had, 24 points? I mean, he had a down year. He was hurt. You look at his first 2 years, he had a hell of a lot of assists in year 1. He scored a hell of a lot of goals in year 2. And he kind of just fell off in year 3. That's after I paid him money, though. These 2 years were under a low contract. This is his contract year. I pay him $6 million, and that's what I got. So, am I going to get that going forward at age 30? Or do I take a chance he has a bounce back year at said age 30? I feel like I shouldn't. I feel like I should strike while the iron's hot. And if Carolina's willing to give me Bean and something, a second, Gunler. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, I've looked at Suzuki. I've looked at Jarvis. I haven't looked at these other two guys, so I'm gonna start here. Because the pick is, if nothing impresses me, the pick is good. I'll take the pick in that. But I want to see what else is in here. So I'm going to look at skaters matching the block. Let's see. Where's... Okay, that was a guy you offered me, Gunler. 21 years old, two-way forward, top 6 forward lines. Decent speed and durability. Oh, he's got a good shot. He does have a good shot. He's not good much anywhere else. He can play wing. I mean, that's not a bad player. And then you have McDermott, who's 18 and a 65 overall. Good face-offs. I like the face-offs. Oh, my God. He is slow as molasses. Woo. Woo. Hella passer, though. 6'3", 196, two-way forward, and we have no idea where he'd fit. He's a first-round pick from 2023. And then Jarvis I looked at. I'm not impressed with Jarvis. How about Nybeck? Two-way forward, decent speed, 4-line 2 and all PK lines. Hella good shot. 5'9", 188. He's pretty much probably going to... He's an other forward, though. He's at 21, though. 34 goals? Jesus. In the AHL? Holy crap. How many shots did he take? Ooh, okay. This is intriguing me now. So he's almost like a sniper. Got decent speed. Huh. 99 discipline. This guy's never going to take a penalty in his life. Yeah, this is a sniper in a two-way forward's body. 4-line 2 and PK lines. He'd be a penalty killer with some shot. He doesn't have a ton of room left to grow, though. Because usually your top sixes grow out at about the, I don't know, the 82, 83 mark. So there wouldn't be a whole lot of growth. What would grow? His defense probably wouldn't grow. His shot may grow. Hopefully his passing skills and puck skills would grow. I mean, I could take a chance on that if they'd be willing to trade him. He doesn't have much more trade value than Jarvis. I don't want Zamnoff. Power forward, bottom 6. You got to be kidding me. He's a hell of a shot, though. I got plenty of center power forwards, though. Nybeck, I think, is a guy that would be interesting. And a guy who could play in my AHL squad right now. So, tell you what. Do that. I'll drop the second. I'm still going to need to give up something. How about if I include... Well, what skaters? You wouldn't take... No, Earn would put you over the cap, so I'm not going to include Earn. What about Del Call, though? You could do Del Call. Well, let's try this first and see where they're at, and then we'll go from there and see if we need to add a piece. Value, okay, just a bit low. So I don't need to add a ton, but I need to add something. So do I add a player? I mean, Del Call is somebody I could add to this mix real easily. Get rid of another contract on the squad. Okay. So I'd be sending them back that for not... Yeah, that might do it. That's really, really close to an offer. And basically, we're upgrading, not necessarily upgrading on the surface, but I feel like we're upgrading Gothospear to Bean because I feel like Gothospear is on the downslide and Bean would be on the upswing. I'm hoping. I'm going to look at his stats again real quick. Oh, he only played in 12 games last year. He was hurt. Okay. Or just benched, one or the other. So, okay. That's why they're wanting to deal him because he didn't play last year. If you'll do that, I'll do it. Boom. All right, so there we go. So we've moved on from Shane Gothospear. He is gone. No more is he on this squad. Now we need to go. Yeah, they're probably mad about that one. The team is probably not happy about that. Find me a trade for Adam Earn, please. Preferably somebody in the Eastern Conference. Tell you what, I'll take a 5th and a 7th from Columbus. Boom. Done. Done and dusted. I have 13 million in cap space. All right, so do I have any? I guess you know what I could do. I know what I could do. Well, let's see. And I realize this video is stupidly long. I am sorry, but that Jake Bean thing I had to do my research on, and I'm sorry I did it on camera. But you guys need to see what I go through to struggle through some of these trades. So let's see. So we got. Do we have depth? We have Brooks. Brooks can play up here as a depth forward. That's fine. We still got Darlene that's here that I may need to trade away because I don't really want to sign him. He's a two-way offer, sure. Yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, seriously? All right. Giovanni Smith is the guy who I thought about moving up, which, I mean, he could play 4th line. I don't want to put him on the 4th line, though, and Tom Wilson, potentially, because that's a lot of meat on the bone there. So let's take a look. See, we got Cirelli and Zucker are our top 2 centermen. And then our 3rd line center, so I'm going to go down the center portion first. Our 3rd line center is Vinny Hinostroza. And then our 4th line center is going to be either Gaudin or a Chardy. Probably a Chardy because I think he's a little bit better face-off guy. So left wing, we have Duclair is going to be on the 2nd line. Who's on the 1st line with oh dear, oh, I know who's on the 1st line. Let me 1st line left winger is Petrov, even though he's a right winger. Then 2nd line is Duclair. 3rd line was I thinking about doing Giovanni Smith there. 3rd line would be Smith, Wheeler. That'd be a real physical and potentially good goal scoring line. That would be nice, actually. If he could fit there, Giovanni Smith would be nice there. But we'll see. So that's a potential 3rd liner, Giovanni Smith. And then 4th line left wing would be. Oh no, Paling. That's right. Paling was going to play 3rd line. Paling was going to play 3rd line because he can be a centerman. He's got a good shot. He can kind of play around with Wheeler, and so yeah, Paling was going to be my 3rd line left winger, and that means that I may just have to wait until the offseason to sign, but I don't want to sign depth too late. I got to find some depth. Who could I put as depth? Is there anybody that likes to be a depth forward? No, everybody's either minors or 4th line. So I probably need to sign. I know I need to sign a defenseman that can fit. Oh wait, okay, no, you were 7th already. So, and that put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do need a 7th defenseman, and I need a depth forward. A just depth forward. Okay, so need to get a depth forward. Let's go forwards, and let's sort this out. And don't necessarily need a centerman, but if I get one, I wouldn't hurt my feelings. One that could play wing. Preferably some type of. Well, that actually might be perfect. Fits forward line 1. Jesus, how are you letting this guy go, guys? Seriously? Do I have to pay? Oh, he's a restricted free agent. What do I have to give up if I sign him to a 2-year contract? No picks required, and I steal from the San Jose Sharks? Done. Now, San Jose can match that offer, so they'll probably match it, to be honest. So I need to keep looking and be ready. But Jesper Bockwist, second round pick, 4 line 2, and PK. Ooh, I like that. Center though at 63 faceoffs. No sir, no sir. Nemesnikov. I'm really tired of playmakers being my backups. Raffle was a good depth guy last time I had him. Sniper. Volkov's a sniper. Marodi's a 2-way forward. 4 line 1 and PK line 1 could play and can definitely play center. Center left winger. How's his face off? 76. So okay, so if I don't get the guy, I should have offered him a bigger deal, like max contract for a 2-way, just to make San Jose sweat it a little bit. If I don't get the guy I went after, which I don't even remember his name, I'll go after Trenin. Kupari. Alright, so I need a depth defenseman now. And let's see. Nope. That was good. Good the way it was. Depth defenseman. I tell you who I'll go get. If he's still out there. My boy Steven Johns. Come on back to the roster, bud. You can be a depth defenseman for us. You can sit on the bench and watch us win games, hopefully. Alright, so that takes care of that. Alright, and let's advance the day and see what happens. Let's get through this. Okay, John signed. I kind of figured that was going to happen. I should have offered him more money. Darlene's going to be in the minors. Galchenyuk. No, I'm going to keep Galchenyuk for the AHL. Alright, so let's go forwards and let's go organized by depth. Well, Tyler Ennis wants depth. He's just a PKer, though. Nope. Let's organize it. Want to find a depth forward. Depth forward. Depth forward. Depth forward. I got a ton of 4th line guys and no depth forwards. Nemesnikov, Lazat. He's a playmaker. Nope, doesn't fit. Marodi. Let's just go sign the guy I said I was going to sign. Trenin. Offer a contract. Yeah, that's perfect. You're at your potential peak anyway. You're not going to get much better. You're a solid guy. You can play the forward line 1 or power play line 2. No PK, but that's okay. You got decent face-off ratings. I can live with that. And that'll be my depth forward, and that should be it. No, guys, you're not getting Galchenyuk. No, you're not getting Adam Brooks. And I'm not trading second-round picks to make it work. Nope, not getting Adam Brooks. Got to clear that trade block. Okay, Yakov Trenin's done. That should be it. That should be it. Yep, I'm at 50 contracts. I think I'm about done. I am done. I am done with signings. So let's just get to next season. And decline. Decline. I could edit the trade block, but I'm being lazy. Nope. Alright. Dang it. Oh, you offered me Pellick, you bastards. Oh, you're going to make me look at this. Son of a... I was trying to end the video. I really was. He's a defensive defenseman. Oh, okay. He doesn't fit my scheme anyway. Never mind. Okay, that made it easy. He can play power play and penalty kill, just nowhere else. He'd be a scratch guy except for the penalty kill. He'd be just a strictly Mark Grzelcyk for... No, I'm not trading Curry. I just signed him. Just get me to where I can edit lines. Yay! Okay, so first line is Anderson. Petrov, who's an 85 overall. Jesus Christ, this guy was a monster. Holy jeez. He's not fast, but look at that wrist shot accuracy. My goodness. And deking and hand-eye, that's ridiculous. So Petrov, Cirelli, Anderson is first line. Zaka, Duclair, and Nylander. Oh, wow. That's not a +5? Oh, my gosh. That's a shocker, actually. What about... Okay, yeah, we're going to do that. So, Petrov. Still a good line. I was hoping for the +5, but that's okay. Blake Wheeler, Hinostroza, and Paling go there. And we've got Gaudin, Galchenyuk. Okay, who's our scratches? Brooks and Stanley, nobody else. Okay, so we need to do... So we kept Gaudin up here. Galchenyuk, I think I'm going to send to the AHL anyway. Roster moves. So NHL. So let's go bottom of the end here. Galchenyuk's going to go down. And then in the system, I'm going to call up Giovanni Smith. And I'm going to call up what's Jetwoo? He's listed as a depth defenseman. He's fine in the AHL. That's actually perfect. That's about best case scenario. Okay, Zybek is a... Okay. What about... Trenin needs to come up. Trenin's my depth guy up here. Yeah, boom. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Edit lines. Okay, so... Who... Okay, Giovanni Smith, I'm going to place here. He's best on the 4th line, so that works. Noah Licciardi. Noah Licciardi is yellows across the board. I mean, it doesn't really matter. So, well, who's the better face-off guy? 80 face-offs, 78. Okay, you're better. So, that's a solid defensive 4th line. I can dig that. My top 9 are my scoring guys. Hopefully. That makes it both. Yeah. Okay. What about swapping him? Okay, Gaudin can come up here and make it a +1 still, but no, I'll leave it like this. I'll leave it like this for now. We'll see. We'll play around with it later. Okay, Riley Dumba, Bean, and why is Johns in there? Why is Johns in there? Logan Stanley needs to be in there. Flip that. Cholowski, Stetcher, Riley Dumba, Stanley Bean, Cholowski, Stetcher. Okay. So this is our defensive core now. Riley Dumba, Stanley Bean, Cholowski, Stetcher. And then scratch players are Trennan, Brooks, and Johns. Brooks is a pure center left wing. So we've got a little bit of balance here. Plus they're both two-way forwards, which I don't mind as much. Johns, I know from previous experience, is going to be good in that depth defenseman role. He didn't have a great year last year with us, but paired up with Devin Taves for a year and a half, he had 2 really good years, and then he kind of fell off a little bit, but everybody did in year 3. So good depth guy we know, guy we can trust in Stephen Johns, and that's fine for a year. Let's look at special teams real quick. Let's go power play. Okay, that's too many playmakers. Let's go first off, let's go declare up here. Let's flip that. Riley, let's get Hinostroza out of there, and let's put in... Can we do... Okay, Sorelli would make it a +1 line. Who else? I feel like I'm missing somebody. What about Paling? Oh, Petrov. Is Petrov in? Wait, before I add him. Petrov is nowhere? Are you kidding me? Alright, Bean is the offensive defenseman. I'm going to remove Dunba. And I'm going to put in Petrov, because Petrov is going to be a damn beast. Yeah, Wheeler. Whew, that's a mean line right there. Anderson, Wheeler, Sorelli, and Petrov on the point with it. Well, it's not a slap shot that's good. Who's got the best slapper? You had the best slapper, probably. Yeah. Wheeler, you get on the point. Petrov right there. Wrist shot. Yeah. And I could put in somebody to be... Oh, Hinostroza's still up here. Really? No, I need him up there. I just don't have I don't have another playmaker. Oh, I have 2 playmakers. Nylander. I forget about Nylander. Let's do this. Ooh, doggy. I likes that a lot. Shirelli on the point. Zaka, Declare, Nylander. I like that. That, you know what? Actually, we're going to make that the first line. Because that line is monstrous. Okay, so that's still a really good backup power play line. Our power play should be lights out this year. It should be ridiculous. 4-man power play. We're going to go Hinostroza. Nylander's going to move down here. Wheeler's going to go to the point. And let's get Bean up here. And then we're going to keep... Oh, geez. Who do we keep? We need... Oh, I know we need Petrov. We need Petrov. Petrov. Changing current line. Boom, boom. There we go. Wow. Our power play is stacked. And our penalty kill ain't too shabby either. Chiarelli's playing wing. I'll flip him inside. Paling and Achardi, Riley and Dunba. Can we flip these guys? Yeah. I want to put a strong overall on each line. So Riley and Stetcher will take. I'll tell you what. Let's flip that. Let's go this way. So that way we put the higher overall down with the +1, so it's 89, and basically we have two 89s, one on each line. And then, okay, Gauden, Stanley, Stetcher. Can I flip that? Can I make that any? Okay, Gauden might have to come out. Paling likes it. Okay, let's do a Achardi. Give me a Achardi. Achardi should be okay there. Okay, I'd rather be 0. I'm okay with 0. Yeah, I'm okay with 0. Okay, so our PK is solid. So there's our lines for the NHL. Freddie Anderson, still elite. Starter. Oh, that's something else I wanted to look at. What was Blake Wheeler's? Blake Wheeler did drop, but he dropped to bottom 6. I'm okay with that. What kind of fell a little bit? His shot didn't fall, which it shouldn't. I think his speed dropped off a little bit. That's okay, though. That's okay. His durability is still decent. He's going to play power play. He's going to be a beast, I feel like, for us. That's one that could come back to bite me and could make me look like a genius right there. Blake Wheeler. All right. AHL. Okay, let's just do best lines first. And let's see where we're at. Ooh, that's a good jump. 77 overall. He's still listed as another forward. But, oh, man, yeah, this guy's going to be, yeah. I like the way this guy's growing. Potentially could be a PKer for us, too. Yeah, and he plays in a lot of different plays. He could be actually a Hinostroza replacement. Hinostroza is a little better on line, too, but that's kind of the comparison I have as far as line chemistry is Hinostroza. Okay, Galchenyuk. First line, that's two playmakers on there, though, so I'm going to flip that. So we're going to go... Okay, you're better on the second line. Nybeck, you're better on the second line. Kunackle, better on the third line. Kyra, better on the first line. So we'll move you to wing, move you to center. What about Dryden Hunt? What is he? Best on the second line. Needs to play a... okay, so we got a little bit of a problem. Little log jam here. Okay, we need a centerman. So boom, there we go. Rotty will center. Okay, that's good too. 76 overall. And he's full second line. Okay, McCarron is second line as well. What's your next best line is first line. I would like that first line to have some positivity, though. Kaminsky, second or third line, so we'll bump there. Okay, there we go. There we go. Two-way forward. Okay, you're not a centerman. None of you are centermen. Dahlin's a centerman, though, so you can come up here. Boom, boom. Nybeck's a winger. You're a centerman. Okay, so I think that's going to be about as good as I can make it right now. So, Galchenyuk, Kyra, Kunackle, Hunt, Roddy, Falby, Grachev. We actually are better than I thought we would be. We actually do have a lot of depth here. Kaminsky is really the only guy that's having to play just because I'm low on players, I guess. Who's scratched? Burns, Kruger, Rodriguez, a 78 overall. Holy crap. He made the jump. Thank Jesus. He made the jump. But that's a problem now because now we have Soddard's a backup goalie, starting goalie, fringe starter. Oh, now we have a log jam. We have a log jam in net. Shoot. All right. We'll just leave it like this for right now. We may just have to do a 3-man rotation. Or I could play 2 backups and just see who maybe jumps. Because Connor Ingram's done. So maybe I do that. Let's do that. Let's put Rodriguez here. 78 overall, 77 overall. May the best person win. So essentially, that's what we'll do. And we'll move Ingram for whatever we can get from him. In the next video, I realize this video has gone stupidly long. I am so sorry. Set captains and make sure everything's good. Yeah, Sorelli, Duclair, and Riley are my guys. Okay, so that does it for finally a very long and tumultuous offseason. Going into year 4 for our Seattle Kraken, I feel like this will be a bounce back year. We've made some changes. We still have a few changes left to make, but we've made a lot of changes to the roster. A lot of good changes, I feel like. I feel like the Blake Wheeler signing is going to be good for us. I feel like getting Jake Bean to replace Gothespear is going to end up being good for us. But we'll find out in the next video whether or not it'll be good for us overall. If you like what you're watching, give me a like. Give us a subscribe here at my channel or at Grown Folks. And as always, guys, feedback is welcome. And I will catch you later.